Well, apparently Thor's wife Haley had a little date last night, but it wasn't with Thor.
What?
Oh.
What is this all about?
We ain't done yet. It's time for the P1 Podcast.
Fun's not over yet.
Completely uncensored and unfiltered, except for that part.
Looking for the after party with it going.
The show's after show starts now.
A little sneaking and geeking going on?
Sneaking and geeking?
What is going
What is this all
on?
about?
I knew
dude?
she was doing it.
Yeah. You're one of those.
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, I knew
Open
she was
marriage?
doing
Like
it.
how Sky wants to watch her husband.
No, that's not. I don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Twisted
What the
that.
hell's going on?
Oh, man. So her friend, she has a bunch of friends still in NorCal, where she's from. And one of her best friends is in NorCal. She has two best friends, Naomi and Kimya. This is Naomi.
Okay.
Naomi lives in NorCal.
Oh.
And I guess they always talk every day. But
Every day?
Yeah.
Oh my
But
gosh,
a lot of it
that's
is through
cool.
like memes and texting or DMing or
okay.
gifts. So they don't talk on the phone a ton unless it's like a scheduled date. So Haley said that she wanted to do a fun date with Naomi. And I said, well, is she coming to town or something?
Yeah.
And she said, no, they're going to do a FaceTime date. So I was under the impression, all right, they're going to like just, Haley's going to go in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And I'm going to watch
Yeah.
the Padre game or whatever, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well,
Chat.
I see her.
It's so odd calling it a date.
Yeah, it is really weird.
Yeah.
It is really weird.
Yeah, I know, especially like if you're, I don't know, friends. I don't know. The whole,
Can't you just call somebody?
yeah,
Just say,
Like
hey,
in
can
FaceTime?
You, can you FaceTime right now?
yeah, we're gonna FaceTime.
I don't understand
Call
what
it
this
a
is.
date.
Well, it gets odder.
Really?
What?
So it's like 6:15. Padre game's about to start. I'm watching it, and I see Haley. She's putting makeup on. She got the curling iron out,
Oh my
Curling
God.
iron?
and she just
Serious
showered.
business.
And I'm going, where are you going? I thought is Naomi in town? And she said no. And I go, why are you getting dressed up?
Like all gussied up?
Yeah.
Yeah, does she do
And
that
she
for
says-
every FaceTime?
And then she says, well, she's going to a restaurant and she's going to sit outside and Naomi's going to be on her iPad and they're going to have a date.
Wait.
A dinner date.
Yeah, a dinner date. And she brought my dog Watson with her.
What the fuck?
Really?
Yeah.
What the
so,
fuck?
and her own bottle of wine to a restaurant, which I thought was
She
odd.
did?
Yeah. Or she bought a bottle of wine, which really pisses me off. Because you don't need a bottle of wine. So,
Well,
Man,
if there's
that's
two
not
of
really,
you,
That's not really the issue.
if there's two of you, I think you do share a
three.
bottle.
Watson's there too.
Oh, Watson's there. If there's three of you,
Yeah.
you definitely
Is
share a
Watson a
bottle.
wine guy?
Yeah.
Watson's not a wine guy.
He's not?
I don't think so.
This is the weirdest thing I may have ever heard in my life.
Yeah, so I'm like, wait a minute. I'm confused. You're going to go to a restaurant with an iPad and talk to somebody. And why are you getting like dressed up? Why can't you just have like, she loves cheese and bread and like, that's her big thing.
That was Emily.
Yeah,
So yummy. It's yummy.
it's the basic bitch.
Yeah.
It's the basic bitch
Yeah.
entree.
With a
Can I have
glass
some,
of wine?
can I have some bubbles?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't need to make fun of
Sorry?
me. Okay?
Sorry.
It's
Oil,
delicious.
vinegar, cheese and bread.
Okay.
Ooh,
The
stop it.
basic bitch. If a basic bitch was being put to death, that's what they'd want as a
Oh,
last meal.
last
And,
meal.
and, a, P-
Yeah.
and a PSL. And then they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's like, well, I just thought this would be fun. And I'm like, all right.
Did you
And that,
see this somewhere? I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of it either.
Before.
I've
Well,
never
also,
even seen
too,
it when I've gone out.
you've gone,
No.
if you go to restaurants, how weird would it be and how kind of
Yes.
annoying would
Oh.
it be to hear somebody on their
Dude.
iPod talking to somebody else?
I'd be
Yeah.
so pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be so angry and irritated.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Go home.
I would be consumed with that table. Like if I'm in the restaurant and I'm a couple tables away, that is all
Yep.
I'm focusing on
What are they
for
doing?
the rest of the meal. Like I want to know, is that a real person they're talking to? Are they being
I thought
cat?
it was AI.
Well, like, are they being catfished right now?
Oh,
Is that
Manti-Teos on
Yeah,
the
I
way?
mean, you could see the person.
Like, what's going on here? Oh, we have
Take
a
a picture
photo.
of it?
Should take a picture of it. This is their setup.
So at the restaurant,
This is them at the
No way.
restaurant.
she has the iPad.
She has the
fully
iPad, a glass of wine, obviously.
And Watson.
And Watson.
And
Like,
Watson.
I feel like Watson's ruining the date.
Yeah.
What's he doing there?
well,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
another
if you're
thing.
fussing with an iPad, why do you want to fuss with Watson?
This is another thing.
It's a lot.
This is another thing.
What? There's another. How could there be another?
So
thing?
she left
That's
at
so weird.
6. It gets dark now, like closer to 6:45, 7.
Did she walk?
Not even. Not 'cause it's earlier now.
So we live in Golden Hill, like right on the verge of South Park.
Okay.
But I guess Golden Hill, but right on the verge. Like, I'm still the king of South Park. Don't get me
Are
wrong.
you though?
But we're right on the verge.
Doesn't sound like it.
So she went to this Italian restaurant in like deep South Park.
Huh.
So she took Watson. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I went to go let Wilson out because he was jealous he couldn't go. So we kept having.
Sounds like there's a few people who are jealous. Right
Yeah.
now.
I'm not jealous.
Don't you
I'm
feel
not
like there's a
jealous.
hint of jealousy?
Oh, so
I'm not
There's a hint
jealous.
of jealousy going on here.
I'm not
Absolutely.
jealous.
Uh-huh.
I'm not
Okay.
jealous.
Absolutely.
So Wilson was being annoying. We have this bell on our door. Every time he goes to the bathroom, he rings it with his nose.
This is wild.
But he does it now just to go outside. It's really fucking annoying. So
You
he'll
thought
do
you were
it,
training him,
and
but
now he's training us.
trained
Yeah.
you.
And he'll like shake his body and move around and bark. And I'm like, Wilson, and then he'll go outside, just stand there and stare.
Yeah.
And
fun.
yeah, it's real fun when I'm trying to watch the Padre game.
geez.
Why do they want to do that though?
don't know. They
Tito
just-
wants to do that too. He figured out, and then he just goes out there. He'll
And just
stand,
stands
look
there
around,
and stares.
And then if I shut the door, he'll like bark for and like 1 minute later, want to
Yeah.
come back inside.
Yeah.
Got to see what's going on.
Yeah, see what's going on. And they just stand there, and I go, guys, go to the bathroom, and they go really quickly. So I notice her truck's there, the Corolla's there. She's not riding my motorcycle. Did she fucking walk? And I'm like, what is wrong with
stop
this
it.
bitch?
How long are we talking?
Yeah.
I want to say, I mean, shit. I live in Golden Hill,
Heard that.
deep South Park. I would say it's like a good 15 to 20 minute walk.
Okay.
Is this like in the heart of it, like where the station burger place is?
Yeah,
like
it's
in the
down a little
Past
further.
that?
It's past that. It's by the Target.
Somebody
I mean,
knows
I lived
South
there for
Park.
like
So
10
you know
years.
Somebody
There's
knows
that-
South
The
Park.
Queen's here.
The Queen of Lemon Grove.
I know. There's nothing wrong with them. Go over to
You know
the
where
base
that
of
Target is?
Yes.
Where Gala Foods used to be?
Yes. Well, I lived
Okay.
there when it was Gala Foods. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Stop.
This is
You're not that
unbelievable.
weird.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
There's that Italian restaurant right there on the
It's
corner.
like I'm on Google Maps.
That's where she went. So she goes to
That's
that.
really far.
Yeah, that's really far.
I mean, it's doable, but
But
it's
yeah,
far.
and during the day, if you want to walk, I don't care. Now she's bringing Watson, and
But
Watson
she's also
does not.
gussied up.
But she's gussied up like a whore.
Oh, wait,
I'm just
I
like-
don't think
I
I
did not
would.
see that.
I would
And I'm
not
I
just
did
like-
not say
word.
that.
And I'm just like, first of all, you're not going you're not going to go out unless you have a hoodie on. No, I didn't say that.
What?
I didn't
Oh my
say that.
God.
I didn't
So
say
dumb.
that.
got really
So
Weird
dumb.
thing to say.
I just got really uncomfortable.
Just
Me
kidding.
too.
I'm just kidding. So anyway, she goes and she leaves, and I didn't
matter
know
what-
she was walking.
You didn't.
Yeah,
she
no
didn't-
matter
no, she
what,
didn't
when she
tell me.
comes back, it's going to be dark.
Yes,
Pitch black.
Exactly.
She didn't tell you that
But
she
she's
was
got
walking.
No.
Watson, so like,
She's
I don't
Watson
know.
does not let anyone get anywhere near him.
Okay.
Like she starts to
Yeah.
growl, but still, like I just
It's not great. Not a great decision.
But she didn't
Well,
tell
yeah.
me because she knew I would say
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable.
Oh,
with
so
that.
she
Oh,
intentionally.
without a doubt.
Because
So
I
that-
was gonna say it's kind of weird to not like mention that. You know what I mean? Unless you walk everywhere every day.
She doesn't.
I totally agree with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
and she had like wedges on.
and she's
She
a
did?
bottle of wine deep.
Yeah.
On the way back.
Yeah.
Oh
She
yeah.
may not remember where she lives.
That's so true.
You know?
So the only reason why I wasn't paying attention to it because she didn't tell me she was walking, but I thought she's gussied up, bottle of wine. It's good news for me for later.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
You know,
all you cared about.
That's all I really cared about.
Oh my
But then
God.
when I found out she was walking,
Yeah.
and then I started getting pictures of them doing their date together, I started thinking, man, people at this restaurant must hate her.
Oh, yeah.
How weird does like the waiter think this is?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
You know, do they think like she's some lonely woman who just
Yeah.
like her
I would.
husband died or something?
I would think that. You know,
Right?
and
Yeah.
I don't know if Haley, she's nothing like Sky, thank God. But Sky would over-explain what's going. Can you imagine if you did this
Oh.
with a friend of yours?
I would
Like
want the waiter to pretend to take her order too on the laptop. Like, how funny
Yeah,
is that?
Sky's Haley
You're gonna
said-
not ask her what she would like? Rude.
Sky.
Yeah, Haley-
They try to take the place setting. You know how they remove the place
Yeah.
setting if there's not that person sitting
Oh,
there?
no.
She goes, no, please.
It's
leave
for
it."
it's for both of us.
Yes, we're on a date.
Yes, we're
Hey, they were doing this hot bit, and they kept taking pictures of it and sending it to me of Haley pretending to feed her.
Man.
No
Genius.
way.
Yeah.
Like we can't do this again.
Genius.
We can't do this again.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it was
love
pretty
it.
pathetic.
Yeah.
And
I
then
love it.
then at like 8:00, no, like 8:15, I get a text on my way home.
Oh.
Now I want to say, hey, I'd rather you not walk, but then she's gonna say, "Well, come pick me up."
Duh.
Well, it's the 8th inning of the Padre
Oh,
Dodger
no
game.
No
way,
fucking
man.
way.
No way,
I didn't
man.
want to miss it,
What?
so I'm like, "Fuck it." You decided to walk. You're
Hey.
walking home, baby.
Oh my God.
I
Big Daddy?
totally agree with this.
Big Daddy doesn't just call her an Uber?
No,
Oh, I mean,
Big Daddy.
I call her an Uber.
Him?
I mean, she can call her own Uber.
That's not, first of all, she can call her own Uber. And second, I don't know if we don't need. You walked. You're walking back.
You got to risk it.
You got to
And how
risk
do
it.
you think your dog would do in an Uber with a stranger
That's another
driving?
thing.
oh, I
Like
didn't
that
think
would
about
be a
that.
bloodbath.
He wouldn't
Chance.
get in there.
No.
Well, then then he has an e-collar, so it kind of makes sure that he's not vicious towards anybody. She forgot the clicker part that makes it work.
That's great.
So she couldn't really go around anybody.
No.
And she forgot her
waiter
keys.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh,
She said he was a good boy.
Okay, well, that's great.
cute.
I'm glad she had a wonderful date.
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird.
So bizarre.